So how did you make out converting the HTML into a Golang template? Hopefully fairly well. If not, don't worry. I am going to show you what I did, and I will also post what I did to the course resources for this lecture. So the first thing I did was I created a admin-dashboard or admin.layout template. And it has .layout, so it's correctly parsed as being a layout. So what I did was I created one, and I just defined it as being admin. So it starts with the define tag, and at the very bottom, it ends that define tag. And then I just started taking things out and fixing path names. So the first thing I did was change the name to administration instead of what was there before. So in the title tag, I just put what I wanted in there. Then I fixed all the path names for the style sheets without making any changes to the style sheets themselves, because that's exactly what I want. And I removed everything else that I didn't want, and then I added a block for CSS, which will allow me, if I need to customize the style sheet for a given admin page. Then I took almost everything out of the top menu bar, and I added a link for public site and changed what was there to logout. I also changed them from drop-downs just by removing the classes and making them as simple as I possibly could. Then below that, I took out the search and everything else that was in there. I didn't need any of that. I did leave in this part, the button that shows the toggler, and I'll show you how this looks in just a moment. But I took most of the things out of here. Then, for the part that was the offside canvas, which is the menu buttons along the left, I changed them. I put one to dashboard and linked it to my one existing root, admin dashboard. And I added one, I changed one of the one drop-down that was in there into reservations. Now, I just chose what I think will be useful links for this menu. So a drop-down menu or an expandable menu called reservations that shows new reservations, and I made up a path name here, a URL that I will create a handler for later, and one for all reservations, which will allow the property owner to see new reservations and to look at all reservations. So new ones would be ones that have come in but haven't been processed, and these ones would be every reservation that has ever taken place. And then I put a reservation calendar link, which will give me a place, or give the property owner a place, to close rooms, to block them off when he or she does not want the reservations, the dates to be available for a given room. And then I really simplified this part, which is the main panel, where the main content goes. I took almost everything out of there because I don't need any of it. And instead, I put in a block for the page title and left that empty, so you can populate that on a per-page basis. And this part I changed to one row with nothing inside, and that's where my main content goes. And finally, at the bottom, I deleted everything in the footer, but left it there in case I want to put something in later. That's just empty for right now. Then I fixed the path names for all the JavaScript and got rid of the one that I don't need, which is the charting, because I'm not going to use any charting. And lastly, the very final thing I did was put an empty block in for JavaScript, so I can put per-page JavaScript in if necessary. Then I changed my admin dashboard page, which used to be just text. It just said this is a secure page. I changed that to use the admin template, defined the title for this particular page to be dashboard, and just put some content in so I could show that there is some actual content. And when I did that, here's what I got. So go to the admin dashboard, and here's what I got. It's as simple as you can possibly be. So I can get to the public site by clicking here. I can go back to the dashboard by choosing that from the menu. I can log out if I want to. And my reservations shows a little expandable menu for new reservations and all reservations. And my reservation calendar will take me to a reservation calendar. Now, obviously, these three links don't exist yet. We need to create pages and handlers for those. And we'll do that in the remainder of this section. But everything else works exactly as it should. That collapses, that opens. I didn't bother changing the icons. You feel free to do so if you want to. And that's really all I did. So very straightforward process. Easy to make a mistake in a Golang template. And for that reason, I'm posting what I've done to the course resources or the lecture resources for this particular lecture. But hopefully you had some success. If not, just copy what I have, put it in your project, and we'll continue on. And our next step is to list any existing reservations, new ones, and to list all reservations, which may require a slight change to our database. Not a big deal, and we'll take care of that in the next few lectures.